Welcome to the Rise Up Show. This is episode 153. In today's episode, I'm hosting a young entrepreneur and a copywriter. He starts his journey by joining his family's small business that he can grow and scale and open his own copywriting business. His life changed dramatically when he joined the Underground Millionaire Mastermind and redid the group landing page. He's got Dean's attention, who sent him 2 books that changed his life. To date, he has worked with marketer, engineers, social media influencer, peak performance coaches, and entrepreneurs from around the world to help them craft their messages. So let me introduce him, Jr. How are you, man?
Hey man, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. Glad to host you here. So, Jr., tell us the short version on who you are.
Basically, I am a young entrepreneur from the beautiful island of St. Lucia who is committed to becoming the strongest version of myself. Basically it.
Nice. So how did you start your business?
It's a very funny story. Right now, like you introduced me, I do copywriting. However, I didn't start there. I came to a point in my life where I realized that if I'm going to achieve my goals, I needed to establish different sources of income. And I decided to start with social media marketing. But at the time, I was a couple $1,000s in debt, and I just didn't have the resources to take any courses or anything like that. So I said, well, okay, let's be resourceful, right? If you don't have the resources, then you have to be resourceful. So I took a piece of paper. I basically wrote down like what I thought would make social media marketing work. I wrote down wording, content, and data analysis. And I just picked one and I got started. I started on wording because it came across to me as something that I was naturally good at, if you would say. And that's when I came across copywriting. Prior to that, I had no idea what copywriting was. I had no experience with it. And that's really when I came across that. I basically learned what I thought was the basics from like Google. I tried to find clients. I tried to get work from places like Upwork. I got rejected. I emailed people, got no response. And I basically came to like a fork in the road, man. I was like, what am I gonna do? And then I came across an ad one day for Dean's group, Underground Millionaire Mastermind. At that time, I had like $50 on my card. The group cost like $7. I was like, what the hell? Let's just do it. I paid, bought into the group, and I offered my services for free, actually. I was like, hey, I'm taking on a couple projects this month. Who needs copywriting? And basically, people reached out to me, and I did all of those projects for free. I built a portfolio, but I was still having trouble finding work. And then it was very tough. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? Until one day I just had this crazy idea. I went on to like Dean's selling page, right? And I said, I'm going to redo this. I can do it. And I just redid the selling page. I posted it in the group, tagged Dean. And within like 30 minutes, I got 3 notifications. He had commented, he liked, and then he sent me a message. I was like, this can't be true, right? So I clicked it. And he reached out to me. He said, hey, man, sorry I couldn't get to you sooner. I like what you did. He said he was impressed, and he sent me one book, actually, which is the Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy. And he asked me to get another. And the other book cost like $14. Remember, I'd already spent $7 from the 50. So I was like, another $14, man. I'm like, man, if I'm already here, might as well go all the way. So I just paid for it, bought it like immediately. Didn't look back. And from that time, things just started to shift for me because those 2 books, they gave me like a solid foundation upon which I developed my own sort of style to do copy. And from there, I've done a few stuff with his team for one of his social media platforms. And I've also been able to work with different people from there. Also in stuff like email marketing. And yeah, man, it's just history from there.
Nice. So you did a lot of risk. You actually had only $50 and you got all in with that
Yeah.
and you developed from it. That
Yeah.
showed that sometimes you have to take the risk or you will stay at the same old
Yeah,
place.
man, all the way. I mean, when you're rock bottom, right, there's only one place you could go, and that's up, right?
Yep,
And
definitely.
I find that a lot of us have a lot of these moments in our lives where we really just have to just take massive action, and we always have to remember that just keep the end goal in mind, right? It's not
Mhm.
about the money, it's about the impact. It's
Exactly.
about it's about being in proximity of people and of things that are great, right?
Hmm.
It's about leveling up and it's about improving, or how would I say this? Changing your identity to something that is greater than what you already are. And
To
for
become
me,
the best version of yourself.
exactly, I would give anything to do that. So to me, it was just like, let's do it.
Nice. And you did it. You went all in and you accomplished what you did with your business. So, by the way, that's a great book, The Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy, which I recommend to
Yes,
everybody to read it.
yes, it is.
Amazing book. Dan Kennedy itself, such a blows your mind when you hear him, when you read. Amazing. So, how do you keep momentum and being the best version of yourself?
That's a very interesting question. The way that I do that is I basically I keep tabs on myself.
Mhm.
I set goals. I mean, we all have like a million things that we have to do every day, right?
Mhm.
But I think where a lot of people go wrong is they don't do things that are productive. And the way that I keep tabs on myself is I sort of break my life down into different categories that I think are going to help me out or that will contribute to me becoming the best version of myself. For example, my relationships, my business or career, my health, and my mission. I break my life down into these categories and I set goals that are going to move me forward in each category.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, I make sure that I follow through on these. So even if I have like 1,000 things to do during the day, I make sure I get these 4 or 5 things done. And this ensures that I'm not just being busy, but I'm also being productive.
Mhm.
And I do it in all key areas of my life to make sure that nothing gets left behind. Like I don't want to end up being rich and unhealthy. I mean, what's the point, right?
Yeah, what's the point exactly? And that's so right what you are doing to prioritize, to take the four things, the three things that are most important, do them, and then go to the other things that less important but still will get you result. But the first thing is to focus on those three, four things that will be the most impact for this week.
That's right.
And so what keeps you driven when you were in low bottom? You just have $50. How did you kept out the drive?
That's a very, very good question. I would say that part of it is just something that's in me. There's just something that's in me that won't let me give up. Like I could literally say, okay, you know what, today's the day, screw everything. I'm just giving up. And then I go maybe watch some TV, sit on the couch or something. And then literally in the next hour, I'm like, okay, man, what do I have to do now? it's just it's just part of me. But I think another part would be like I have a compelling vision of the future. I know what I want. And yeah, man, I just hold that vision in my mind and I really believe, mind over matter, I really believe that I'm gonna be there one day.
That, damn right. Without a vision, we go like blindfold. We don't know where
Exactly.
we're going. It's like getting inside a car, drive, and you don't know where you're driving for. You just keep on driving, 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 but you get nowhere. You will get somewhere, but nowhere exactly.
Hey, nowhere is somewhere too, you know.
It's somewhere too, but it's not where you aimed.
Exactly.
So, what was your biggest struggle that you experienced, and how did you overcome it?
The biggest struggle was getting started. It was it was finding people, getting people to take you seriously. I mean, I had no portfolio, I had no experience, I had no certification or anything like that. So it's like, how are you gonna get people to take you seriously, man? And
True.
I found that honestly, it wasn't always skill. I mean, I was, and I still am very skillful, but I'm gonna put it this way for you. I heard somebody say the other day that the best ability is availability.
Love it.
Man, I was always there. I always show up. I show up every single time. I'm a man of my word, and
Mhm.
I bring a lot of value to people. And I think people recognize that, and they take a chance on me. And it's been able to help me to get my feet off the ground and really make an impact.
Mhm.
And I think that's key for me.
That's definitely the key, to keep on going and doing, and that's so true, especially if you're just starting out, to do those kind of freebies, to get more portfolio, to get testimonial, to show up that you are someone that is trustworthy and know what he's doing. And
Yeah,
people like tend to, no, 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 I won't do anything for free, but you got to provide some value,
that's
otherwise
right.
most people will go with you.
Yeah, you have to provide value first.
Hmm.
To me, it's just common sense. I don't understand, when people say they're not gonna do stuff for free. I mean, it's one thing to value yourself, but if you're starting off, and I'm not saying that this is absolutely like written in stone,
Yeah.
but I mean, you have to demonstrate what you can do. We live in a world with a lot of competition, so you have to show what you can do, and you have to be willing to not just go the extra mile for people, but go every mile.
I love that. Not just go extra mile, but every mile. Love it.
That's right.
That's so true. Exactly. But we don't talk here that people won't understand us. We don't say like be a charity case and do everything for
Oh,
free,
no, no,
but
no.
do some and give some content,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
content, and provide a good quality content, not just shitty things.
yeah.
Really provide value.
We're not saying at all that you should just give away your hard work for free.
Yeah.
But the point of doing it for free is to demonstrate that you are somebody who can bring a lot of value to the table. That's the point of doing that. It doesn't mean that there isn't another way that you can do that. It's just to say that this is one way that you can do that.
Hmm. Definitely. So just that we want to get people confused. Don't do everything for free, but do give content, give value to the people that
Yeah,
they know that they can trust you. Be kind of a master, if you will, in your field.
right, right.
So can you share with us what is the biggest struggle your audience experience?
I think the biggest struggle that my audience experiences is they have difficulty crafting a compelling message. They haven't understood or they haven't mastered the power of influence through the written word. I mean, a lot of the people that I speak to and that I work with have amazing products, but you have to be able to sell them. You have to
True.
be able to get people's attention, stress on an issue that they're having, or make that issue known to them and convince them that you are the best person to make that problem go away. You have to do that through a message that is empathetic, that is compelling, and that is powerful.
Yeah.
I found that these people, they know what they want to say, they know what they want to do, but they just don't know how to put it into words, and that's where I come in.
Nice. That's so true, because people are oftentimes, even if they have the best product in the world, let's say, or in that niche, the same niche that they are in, it doesn't matter if they don't have a compelling message that
Yeah,
gives
that's right.
value to people, that show the people what it will give them. When you clear out the message and show people straight up that's the product that can help you, then they understand they need it, that it can help them. So can you give like a small piece of advice to people who started out and want to deliver a message?
Small piece of advice. I think the biggest quote unquote small piece of advice that I could give is to be empathetic, is to be able to put yourself in that person's shoes. And I mean, empathy wins
Mm-hmm.
because you have to understand your audience, not just on like a demographics level, like age, sex, religion, whatever. You need to understand their emotional drives. You need to know what keeps them up at night. You need to know what influences them. You know, Tony Robbins has a saying, if you want to influence people, you have to know what already influences them.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to know the emotional drives of your audience. You have to really get below the superficial stuff. And if you can do that, all you do is you stress on whatever problems that they have. And like I said, you say, hey, I know you're going through this. I understand you, man, and I have something here that could make that go away. And that's it.
Simple as that. Simple
That's
is
right.
the winner. As much as the people try to complicate a thing, and when you do it simple enough that people can understand, that a 3 years old can understand, that's the most important part.
That's right.
And that's where people are, when you're getting into your client, if you will, to his shoes, to his head, to his mind, and see what he is going for and really understand him, then you own that.
That's right. And another, just to add on to what you just said, I found that a lot of the people that I work with who are entrepreneurs, when they are trying to craft a message, I found that they themselves can often serve as a substitute for their own perfect customer, because you find that they are trying to solve an issue that they themselves have an emotional connection to. So if you can really understand them, then it helps you to understand the audience that you're going to be targeting for them.
Yeah.
And that's another tip or hack, if you want to say. I don't
I
know.
love the hacks that you gave here. That's awesome, man. Can you share with us someone that inspire you on consistent basis?
Oh man, absolutely. Um, this person, this wonderful lady we both know called Diana.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. Diana was one of the first people that I worked with actually. I was able to help her craft a message for the Dream Lounge, Dream Design. And
Yeah.
so far, it's taken off. It's absolutely amazing. The ladies in there are phenomenal, hardworking, very strong-minded. Just world shakers, man. And if any of you are watching, just want to big up all of you. Shout out to Diana and the entire team. So yeah,
Definitely.
and she inspires me because I read a story about the financial difficulties that she went through and how she almost got divorced and lost her family and all of that, and then she was able to overcome and just build something that is slowly growing into something phenomenal. And for me, she epitomizes excellence, perseverance, drive, and she's the personification of resilience and a good person. And she inspires me. She works very hard, and she's a real one. So wherever you
She
are looking from
walked the
Diana,
talk.
shout out. Yeah,
She walked the talk. She's really
yeah,
inspiring
yeah.
person. that I myself look up to her. She's really amazing.
Mhm.
So Diana, you got a shout out here. Can, and okay, we're getting into the end of the interview, and I want to ask you, if you can go back in time, what advice will you give to your younger self?
If I could go back in time, I would tell my younger self to focus on productivity, not just working hard. I am the kind of person I could literally work hard until I burn out, but then that doesn't work. You know, success doesn't come from just working hard. You have to
Yeah,
do the right things to get the right results. And I would tell my younger self to focus on productivity, to work hard, but to work smart first. Yeah, I think that's it.
bam, love it. That's so true. You got to be productive and not
That's
just
right.
burn out and do a lot of things being busy, kind of.
Hmm.
So if you had one chance to deliver the one message that will stay written in history, what will it be?
Okay, that's a big question. I'm gonna say this. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will bring you life. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will bring you death.
That's a
That's
smart
powerful.
word.
Let me elaborate a little bit. And to me, what that really means is to live life to the fullest.
Mhm.
I think we have two sides of us that are in constant battle with each other. One side is our persona that has been developed or that has developed as a result of society's conditioning.
Mhm.
And we also have our true selves.
Mhm.
And I think these parts often do battle. You know, we have like internal battle, internal conflict with these parts.
Yeah.
I think everybody faces that. It's like you know what you have to do, but because of your conditioning, it just doesn't come forth. And as a result of it not coming forth and this internal conflict, a lot of us suffer inside. And that's the part. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what is within you will bring you death. I think each of us
That's
has
so
a
powerful.
responsibility
Mhm.
to create, to say, okay, yeah, we've been conditioned to do this and think this and that and that. However, when we become mature, we have a responsibility to begin to consciously create our reality. We need to create who we are.
Mhm.
Bring forth what is within you. We need to bring forth whatever we want to be and live life to the fullest. And I would tell this to everyone.
That's a powerful message, a very powerful message. When we are just don't give out from ourselves, it's basically, like you said, like death.
Yeah, it
When,
basically stifles us, right?
yeah. And also you said like there you said what we have to, but also we don't have to, we must to.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't do it, and one of the destructive words in the English language is should.
Ah, should.
Should is destructive. I should
Right.
do that. I should do that. I should build that project, but it doesn't happen. It's not a word. Should. What is
Yeah.
should? It's or I must do it or I don't do it.
Yeah. There's no in between, right?
Yeah. Like the great Yoda said, do or do not do, there is no try.
That's true.
So, JR, how can people know more about you?
Oh man, you could find me on Facebook and Instagram, and that's basically where I live. So if you want to chat, talk about something, I don't know, just let's go over some copy or anything else really, you could always find me on there.
Nice. So, first of all, it was really a pleasure to host you here, JR. It was really a very fascinating conversation, and I really want to thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's been a blast.
Thank you. And people, if you like this interview and you want to know more about JR, you can find his Instagram and Facebook in the links below in the description. Just click it and chat with JR. He can help you with delivering a clear message. And if you like this interview, also you give me a thumbs up, give us a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to get more tips and tricks to your daily life, and more interviews are coming up. So JR, again, thank you for being here. Have an amazing day.
Yeah, thank you, man. You too.